In this video we will explore what gravity is, what rules it follows, see who discovered it and how. Albert Einstein said gravity is a result of curvature of spacetime. Isaac Newton came up with the universal law of gravitation. These two theories are the most common explanations of gravity. In this video we look at Newton's theory of gravity as it is widely accepted as the correct explanation. What is gravity? Gravity is the force that attracts an object towards any physical body that has mass. Who discovered gravity? Newton is credited with discovering gravity. There is a popular story that Newton was sitting under an apple tree when an apple fell on his head. He wondered why the apple fell straight down and didn't go to the left or right. His law of motion stated that an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted upon by a force. Following his laws, he figured that there must be a force pulling the apple down. He named this force gravity after the Latin word gravitas, which literally translates into heaviness or weight. The story with the apple landing on Newton's head is legend, however. What is more likely to have happened is that Newton observed objects falling, and this led to him coming up with the so-called universal law of gravitation. Newton observed that it didn't matter how far up an object was when it fell, it would still be pulled down to the ground. This brought him to the idea that the moon was affected by this force, and that is why the moon goes around the Earth rather than going off into space. What law does gravity operate under? The law for gravity is Fg equals g times m1 times m2 over r squared, where Fg is the force of gravity, typically in newtons, g the gravitational constant, m1 and m2 the masses of the two objects, typically in kilograms, and r the straight line distance between the two objects in meters. This means that the mass of the objects as well as the distance between them influences the gravitational force. Thank you for your attention. We hope you've learned something new about gravity and its history.